I've been SPL for the last few months. I wanted to take this time that I have to share with you guys all the scouting experiences and memories that I've made through my scouting career. My first major scouting experience was from Philmont, Scout Ranch in Cimarron, New Mexico. It's a high adventure during the summer where you go out on an 11-day trek, and it challenges the crew to traverse on Philmont's backcountry, where you are constantly struck by non-stop rain and thunder. And there were mornings when we woke up at 2 a.m. to hike the highest peaks and see the sunrise, and moments where we simply backpacked on endless switchbacks to get to the next camp. But in addition to the beautiful scenery and that filled the valleys and mountains, it was the opportunity to experience these invaluable moments of hardship and beauty with my closest friends, and that's what made it life-changing. Times such as when me, Andy, Nick, and Sam, and Bryce, my cousin, and Elliot, and Brendan, seven fully grown men, sat in a single shower stall for 3 hours and sang all of Bohemian Rhapsody while hiding from a thunderstorm, or achievements like carrying a chocolate snack pack that we got as a reward all of the entire 70 miles to eat it at the top of Tooth of Time, are what brought us closer. We actually picked up a random stick we found on the ground and we named it Paul, and we carried that the full 70 miles too, and we actually brought it home. And there was times when my cousin Bryce actually played body shots, which is a game where you try to hit the other person in the body as many times as you can. You try to play body shots with him in flip-flops, and it was pretty funny because Brendan's this big dude, and you have my cousin who's... Anyways, or I can remember that there was this little box toilet that overlooked a large part of Philmont while you were sitting, and you could just take in all of Philmont while doing your business on the toilet. That was fun. I remember trying to eat this large spicy pickle, and there was a challenge for the person who could eat it the fastest. And Sam Wilde tried to do it, and then he threw up. That was also pretty funny. But no, we made it through most of the wicked monsoon season that paraded Philmont with lightning storms. And despite the intense weather and strenuous trails that we tackled, there were innumerable memories made. Also, more recently, one outing that really stands out to me is climbing Mount Shasta. I actually went twice, and the first time I was only able to make it about halfway when I actually had to turn around because of altitude sickness. But this year I was actually able to make it all the way to the top. It was really difficult, but I'm glad we stuck it out and we pushed to the top. But on the way up and on the way down, that was a very interesting time. I can remember going on the way up that I was with Mr. Prime, and I am 17, and I am a tall 5'5". I'm young, I'm in high school, and I'm a track sprinter, and I trained every day in preparation for Shasta, and I can remember walking up the face of the mountain called Misery Hill, and you were supposed to walk in zigzags because that's easier to walk up, so you traverse the side of the mountain, and then you go back, so you gradually make your way up. And each time I do remember taking about 3 or 4 steps, and then you have to stop and take some breaths. But then I see Mr. Prime, who is 61, and he just passed me. And he walks straight up the mountain. He doesn't zigzag, just straight, full sends it all the way up the mountain, and makes me feel pretty bad. But it's okay, I made it on the way top. He definitely got there about a full hour ahead of me, but that's okay. And so either Mr. Prime is actually 17 or he does track, so it's one or the other. Now, going on the way down was a whole new experience too. I know the cautious here. And that was a very fun time going down with Nikosh. I had the chance to very slowly and periodically crawl down the hill with Nikosh. Actually, on the way down, it took us twice as long to get down than it took to get up the hill, actually. And what was really fun was glissading down Shasta. That's where you get on your butt, you slide all the way down the snow in this little chute that is made by everyone else sliding down the side. And it's like a little slide, and you just go right down, and you have your ice axe, and you use it to brake. And I remember this being a wild experience because, I'm sorry, Nikosh, I was glissading down the hill, and I was following him, and all of a sudden he stops, he hits the brake, and he throws right up on the glissading chute. And just, and then all he does is he just gets up, he takes some snow, he just covers it up, and then he didn't put any sign that says look up, there's throw up. No, he just covers it all up, and then he walks up, gets to another chute, and then starts going down that chute. So the next person, I didn't see what happens to the next glissader who goes down, but they're definitely in for a surprise when that cost left them. Despite the strenuousness of hiking to the top, or the mental workout of taking one step after the next, getting to the top became so much more worth it. And doing it with your fellow scouts who are there to help you and encourage you and motivate and support you make the experience that much richer. And these are the many experiences that I've had with scouting, and there are countless more that I'm going to continue to share throughout my life. And this year I've had the opportunity to be the senior patrol leader for Troop 202, and I'd actually never thought I'd make it this far in Boy Scouting. Back when I started Boy Scouts, I didn't have the same experience and environment as this troop. It didn't really focus on the importance of scouting and the amazing knowledge that you get from ranking up or the outings. So when I learned that Andy Gagliardi was part of another troop, I wanted to give scouting another shot. So I came to Troop 202, where scouting was much more different compared to my last troop. Here everyone connected and bonded, and it was incredible to see such an amazing and cohesive community of scouts, and that's what changed my mind about scouting. And ever since, I love Troop 202 and everything that we've done. And I wanted to thank Mr. Barnes and Mr. Lewis and Ms. Dent, Mr. Well, and the adult community for supporting me throughout these last few months. And lastly, for all you future scouts who are looking for leadership, it's not all that bad because you get free food from the adults. Thank you.